This is the part 6 of our smartphone book writing series, and today I want to teach you something special, something that helps your book stand out, something that makes every buyer that looks inside your book wants to click the buy now button. It is always good to introduce your buyers to an image to show them that this is not just a regular book. This is a well-written and well-formatted book that was done by a professional. So even though this front cover looks very fine, I mean the title page, you can still add an image to make it look extra beautiful. You know, when they open the first page and they see a very nice image, they will be more interested in reading other pages of the book, and with that they would be triggered to click the buy now icon. And that is how you make a sale. Once your book appeals to buyers, the more they open to see, the more sales you will be making. And there's something about the Amazon KDP algorithm. On Amazon, once your book is making waves, people are buying it, Amazon will be pushing it up for more people that are interested in that kind of book to see it. Because the more you make sales, the more Amazon makes money. So the more people buy your book, it is passing a message to Amazon that your book is delivering value. It is meeting customers' expectation, and that's why they are buying it. And the more they buy, the more you would sell, the more Amazon makes money. So Amazon wants their customers to meet more of professional authors or publishers. So they make sure to put your book up there whenever anybody searches for anything related to your keyword. Now, I want to add an image to this front cover, or let me just call it the front page or the title page. I want to add an image to it. In the last video, I taught you how to add images and where to get images. So now that we want to add an image, let me rush back to Pixabay or Pexels to get an image that would fit this page. This is pexels.com, and you know we've been searching flower gardening. This time I decided to check something different, flower farming. They are all in the same category: flower gardening, flower farming, flower care, flower cultivation. All these things are all in the same category. They'll give you the same result. So I'm searching for an image that I can use for the front page and would attract anybody that looks into the book. I think I saw one. I like this one. It shows somebody trying to plant flowers. As you can see, let's download that. After downloading, we will now go back to remove BGs so we can remove the background and make the image look attractive. On remove BG, you click upload image, as I taught you in the last video. Photo library, select the image that you want to remove background for and click choose. As you can see, it's processing the image. It will remove the background now. Boom, it has removed the background. So just type download. Let's go back to our document to add this image to our document. This is our document. I want to add the image immediately under the title. So I'll just tap anywhere under the title, click on the plus sign, select image from photos, and select the image that you want to add. Then you type add. As you can see, this looks very fine. I seriously would upload this book. I'm already falling in love with it. So let's just reduce the image size a little. You tap on it and use the knob by the edge to reduce it like this. Once you do that, you can now bring the subtitle up like this, and then bring the name, the author name, up like this. Let us check what we just did, if it makes sense. Okay, this looks nice, but I still want to do a small editing on it. I want to bring the image down a little, so let me do that. It's simple. Just tap here and bring it down like this. Then you bring the author name back up. Awesome. This is our front page, which is our title page, looking very attractive. If anybody comes here now, they will see the title, they will see an image that shows or explains the title better. They will see a subtitle and they will see the author name before they even see the copyright page. As you can see, this looks very attractive. I mean, I'm loving this book already. So let's go and continue writing our book. This is the introduction. These are the images we added in the previous videos. This is chapter 1 with its subchapter. This is chapter 2. And there you have it. Then chapter 2 has started. So let's just check it out. Yes, we added this image in the previous video. So now let's continue writing our book. Let's even finish this chapter 2. The next thing we want to do now is watering and fertilizing, which is also a subheading. So you highlight it. After highlighting, heading 2, color blue, change the font to Meriwether, then the size to 18. Once you do that, paragraph should now be left alignment. We are good to go. Now let us go to our playground app to tell it to give us content for watering and fertilizing in respect or in relation to flower gardening. This is the prompt. Write about watering and fertilizing for a flower gardening. You tap submit. Okay, watering and fertilizing are essential components of flower gardening. Proper watering and fertilizing will help ensure that the flowers are healthy and vibrant. So it will continue like that. As you can see, it's giving us relevant content about watering and fertilizing. Once it is done, you copy. After copying, you check plagiarism. Go to your plagiarism checker and check plagiarism. Any part that is plagiarized, you simply paraphrase it. Then you go back to your document and paste it. As you can see, this looks awesome. Watering and fertilizing. If you want your book to look extra beautiful, for all these subheadings, you'll be adding images. So let's quickly do that. Let's go back to Pexels or Unsplash to look for an image about watering and fertilizing. Let's just say watering flowers. So let's go back to Pexels now. This is Pexels. So let's type watering flowers. Okay, as you can see, we have some images of people watering their flowers, as you can see. So we just look for an image that appeals to us. We select it and use it in our book. I've seen one that looks very beautiful. This is it. It is somebody watering their flowers. I mean, this picture is very nice. So let's download it. After downloading, we'll go back to our document and paste it where we want it to be. Under watering and fertilizing, you tap the plus sign, select image from photos, click on the image and click add. Awesome. This looks very nice. I'm going to upload this book. I'll take my time to check the plagiarism, do everything that I'm supposed to do, and I'll upload this book. This book is very, very nice. Look at it. Just imagine. Just look at how beautiful this looks. You're talking about watering and fertilizing, and you are putting an image to let the reader understand that this is what you're talking about. So let's continue. At the end, you can decide to put an image that talks about fertilizing. You know, you've added watering. Let's also add one for fertilizing. So under this place that it says vibrant, let's go and look for an image that talks about fertilizing your flower. Go back to Pexels and search fertilizing flowers. I'm not really getting images that's talking about fertilizing here, but let me remove flowers and see. This is nice. Fertilizing. It's showing how people are fertilizing their plants or flowers. So let's just select one, like this one, and then download it. Now, after downloading, let's paste it where we want it to be in our book. So you tap the plus sign, image from photos, select the photo and add. The image is too large. You see, the image must be 25 MB or less. So let's go and select a lower version of that image. To select a lower version, instead of just tapping free download, you tap on the arrow down beside that free download. Okay, you will now see original, large, medium and small. Let's take the small one. The small one will obviously have lower megabytes. So you tap download. After downloading, you go back to your document and add it. Tap the plus sign, image, from photos, select the image and add. You see that it has entered because this is a lower version of the same image. In fact, you should even be doing that. Always download the lower version so your book does not look too heavy. It does not take too much space. So when you download the lower version, it would fit into the image or this page perfectly. After that, let's quickly check what we just did. As you can see, watering and fertilizing, you've added an image there before the write-up. You continue at the end again, you've now added the one for fertilizing. This book is awesome. This is how to add images to your books. I hope that by now you are now a professional in adding images to your books using your smartphone. You can do the same for all your subheadings. There is no problem. Even your headings. Let's say this chapter 1, plant care. If you go to Pixabay or Pexels or Unsplash, you just search plant care. You will see pictures of somebody maybe watering their plants or just weeding it. You pick up the image and put it just immediately after the chapter text. Once you do that, your book becomes very attractive. When people read your book, they always want to continue reading it. So let's continue. The next subheading here is pruning and deadheading. Let's quickly go back to Playground app and tell it to give us contents for pruning and deadheading. This is the prompt. Write about pruning and deadheading for flower gardening. Tap submit. Pruning and deadheading are essential tasks for everyone who wants to keep their flower garden looking its best. Pruning is the process of removing dead, damaged, and diseased stems and branches from a plant. You see that it's even explaining it. I never knew this is what it means. I just know that is how it sounds, and now it is already giving me the definition. Deadheading is an important task to keeping flowers looking their best. When deadheading, simply cut off the spent flower heads back to the next set of leaves or buds. You see that it is telling you what you can do to have an awesome flower gardening. So this is how to write a book with your phone. You tap continue for it to continue writing, and when it stops, it means it has stopped writing. So you copy. After copying, you go straight to your plagiarism checker to check plagiarism, then take it back to your document to paste it when everything seems okay. Before we paste, let's quickly change pruning and deadheading to a subheading because it is a subheading. Let's highlight it the way we've been doing it. Then you tap on the A sign. Style should be heading 2. Font, it should be Merriweather. Size, it should be 18. Color should be blue. Then it should be bold. After that, you can now simply paste your text. As you can see, you can also go and look for images for this particular part if you like, and if you like, you can just leave it. So let us arrange this to look attractive. So the next one is controlling pests and diseases. Let's quickly do that again. Highlight it. After highlighting it, go to your A sign, heading 2. Remember, Merriweather, 18, color blue. Let's go back to Playground and get content for controlling pests and diseases for a flower garden. Write about controlling pests and diseases for flower gardening. Just submit. Controlling pests and diseases in flower gardening is an important part of successful flower gardening. You see, in fact, this tool is a game changer. It has helped our publishing business become very easy for even beginners. Finally, it is important to practice good garden hygiene, as this can help prevent the spread of pests and diseases. This includes cleaning up the garden debris, removing diseased plants, and avoiding overcrowding of plants. You see, this is nice. You just highlight and copy, check plagiarism after copying, paraphrase after checking plagiarism before you paste it in your document. This looks beautiful. So we have successfully finished our chapter 2. So chapter 2 ended on page 27. 27 is an odd number. The next chapter would not start on an even number, which is 28. The next chapter cannot start on an even number because 28 is an even number. All we need to do is to start the next chapter from 29, and we'll add images to page 28. Let me quickly do that before we round up. Let us first of all look for image that will cover up this extra space on page 27. We go back to pixels, we type flower farming, and we are looking for a nice flower farming image to cover up that space. I think I like this one. So let's just download the image and paste it to fill up the extra space. Image from photos. This is the image. So we just reduce the size and make it stay in the center like this. So as you can see, that page, let's increase the size a little, like this. This is beautiful. So the next page is page 28. We cannot, like I said earlier, we can't start a new chapter, which is the chapter 3. We can't start it on an even numbered page. So that page will have to take a complete full page flower. Then we'll now start our chapter on an odd number page. Let's go and get a flower to fill up this page. Something like this is fine because it shows the tools used in flower gardening. So let's download it and paste it on that empty page. Image from photos, select it, add. As you can see, it has filled up the entire page. We can now start our new chapter from page 29. Remember that I said all new chapters must start with a page break. There are 2 rules to starting a new chapter. Rule number 1, all new chapters must start on an odd numbered page. And rule number 2, all new chapters must have a page break. And to put page break, you will start from the last text on the previous page. That's where you will put the page break. And once you put the page break, the cursor will move automatically to the new page. With this, none of your text or images would scatter. But if you don't do it like this, I tell you, after you save as PDF, everything would scatter as if you never formatted it at all. So now we have our cursor where we want the page break to start. So we tap on the plus sign and select page break. You see that automatically this cursor has taken all the text for chapter 3 to the page where we want it to be. Remember, chapter 3 is supposed to be under heading 1. So we highlight it, tap on the A sign, select heading 1, select the font, which is Merriweather, make it bold. It is 20 points and the color is red. Then you put it in the center like this. After that, you are good to go. This is the beginning of our chapter 3. The first thing here is propagation. This propagation is a subheading. So let's highlight that and put it under heading 2. Heading 2, it should be color blue. Remember, it should also be bold. The font should be Merriweather and it should be 18 points. Once you're done, you go back to paragraph and put it in the left alignment. We are ready to put a text under propagation. So let's quickly do a rundown of what we've done and see if our book makes sense. From the title page, we've added an image. We continue. This is the copyright page. These 2 pages were kept for table of contents. Introduction, we continue. We've added an image there. Added another image to fill up the page. Chapter 1, we continue. As you can see, this book makes a lot of sense. This small space here, we can decide to add image and we can decide to leave it. It depends on you. So we just continue. As you can see, the book is making sense. You don't need anybody to tell you that this book makes sense. Continue. As you can see, we've added relevant images to the sections where they should be. So you just continue like this. Chapter 3. So I'll stop here. I'll teach you how to add links and one special thing. There's a way to arrange your heading 1 and heading 2 so that you don't need to be setting it up every time. I'm going to teach you in part 7, and also I'll teach you how to add links in part 7. Thank you very much. Don't forget to share all these videos. If you know somebody that does not have a laptop and is interested in Amazon KDP, share all the video links to them from part 1 to part 10 so that they'll also benefit from these free videos. I want all of us to start uploading quality and professionally written books on Amazon KDP so we don't get our accounts terminated. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't and hit the bell notification icon so that you will get instant notification when I post the concluding parts. Thank you once again. I'll see you in the next video.